Hey, what's up? It's Michael Yo. Welcome to the Michael Yo Show podcast. We're doing a podcast, people. Oh, I'm so excited today. Dr. Pimple Popper will be in the building. Do you know who Dr. Pimple Popper is?
I have no clue.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I have no idea who she is.
She's a lady that got famous she's a dermatologist, so she pops pimples, but not just like little pimples. I mean massive, like pimples size of like basketballs on people's backs.
Like those viral videos?
Yes, that's all her. Those big viral videos, that's all her. I've seen her pop a pimple that big and just like, it's like a volcano. Just all this stuff came out.
Oh no, that's nasty. You like watching those videos?
No, I don't. My wife loves it.
I'm curious, so I watch it, but sometimes I regret it. I'm like,
have you ever dated a girl that likes to pop your pimples?
Never.
No. My wife loves, I don't have pimples, a lot of them, but when I do, she loves to pop it. Women get off to that.
I have no clue why.
It's a weird fetish for women.
I was watching Shark Tank once, and someone came up with an idea to have like an actual piece of like foam of plastic rubber where you can put like pus in there yourself, and apparently it's a fetish. It's a deal.
So you can just do it for fun.
You can just do it for fun. They put like a little silicone thing where you fill up each hole with like.
Oh my God, that's disgusting.
It's insane. There's a red and there's a white. Like you can put different colors pus inside, and like it's a weird thing. So when I saw that, I'm like, okay, this has to be a thing.
I mean, I will say there's two things that really feel good. Like in the morning when you take a good dump, that feels amazing. That's like one of the best feelings in the world. The second one is when you pop a good pimple on your face and it just shoots out. I know it sounds disgusting, but it's just that feeling of, and you're like,
wow. I didn't know you like it was that big of a deal, because when I get pimples, I don't get many pimples, but when I get them, I get a big pimple.
Oh, you get the ones that are deep in there.
that feel like a mosquito bite or something. You know what I mean?
Nah, man, but she's gonna be in. I'm so excited to talk to her. I want to ask her, is it true black don't crack and Asian no raisin? You know what? That's what you hear. Black don't crack. That's why they stay young. You know, and is white people doomed for the rest of their lives? Are they just forever going to have terrible skin? You know?
Wow.
Another thing I want to talk about real quick, just in the news, pop culture news. Demi Moore is coming out with a brand new book, a tell-all.
I know.
Have you read about this?
I've only seen the little blurbs about it.
She's talking about threesomes with Ashton Kutcher, divorce, miscarriages. Her mom sold her at
It's not out yet, is it?
It's not out, but I'm all about it. I want to read that book.
I saw it on the pre-sale on my Audible, like that. I
love Audible.
Yeah. So.
Actually, I don't read books. I listen to them now. It's just easier because I travel so much, and I like to listen to stuff in the car.
Just like a podcast, like they're listening now, probably.
That's what I mean. Yeah. You are listening to this podcast, people, because you love it, because we're informative. Also, what's going on? I hate to mention my wife every show, but my wife loves free stuff. She went to this event just to get free stuff yesterday. I go,
nice.
My wife is such a penny pincher, and I love it. And she will show up to an event to get free stuff. She doesn't even care about the event. She just wants free stuff. Like, she's that person.
I mean,
are you like that, Ernie?
I'm not like to go to the extent, but who doesn't love free stuff?
I do love free stuff, but she doesn't care what it is. She will use it. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
She's so if you want my wife to come to an event, just give her free stuff. She will be there in a heartbeat.
Nice.
My wife is actually modeling today. She got a pregnancy modeling shoot. You go, Bunny. I call her Bunny. Have you had any nicknames for your exes?
Yeah, there's
what's a good nickname you gave one?
Yeah, it was just kind of cheesy. Like, basically, like, I guess not anything out of the ordinary. Baby and Muffin.
Muffin?
Yeah.
Oh, Muffin. Yeah. What's up, Muffin?
Yeah.
You know what? If you're listening, I love, so next podcast, we're going to start reading emails. Ooh. I got some emails. They're coming in michaelyoshow@gmail.com, right?
Yes.
michaelyoshow@gmail.com. We're going to start reading your emails. Send me questions. Me or Ernie will answer them. Ernie's the man behind the camera that engineers this whole show. So Dr. Pimple Popper is on right now.
The Michael Yo Show. Celebrities, pop culture, and comedy.
Dr. Sandra Lee.
Thank you for having me.
No, thank you so much. This is awesome that you're coming on my podcast. I've interviewed you several times.
Yes.
And
no pimples though. I don't know. You got to grow something for me.
Because I've been using your product.
Yeah.
No pimples at all. It's flawless, and I'm Asian. I want to get right to it though. How'd you get started in this whole pimple popper game?
Well, it started about 5 years ago when I just opened an Instagram page, and I thought I'd just show a little window into my world, as a dermatologist, because it's a really visual field, obviously. But all they had then was, food and travel and, some fashion. And so then you had, psoriasis or acne and, skin cancer. And so, it was getting some traction. But really, when I posted early on a blackhead extraction video, there was like a little mini blow up, I was like, what the hell is going on here? This is weird. So I said, I didn't know what was going on. So I tried it again and it happened again. And I'm like, what the heck is this? This is so strange. So really through that, I discovered that there was there were people out there that shared what they call popping videos with each other on the internet. Mm-hmm. And this is just, they enjoyed it. They loved, and they were hidden. They were like, behind closed doors, they were doing this. And I just thought, that's crazy. But, let me just start providing them some video because this is what I do. But it just became, look at what it's become, much more than that.
How many videos deep did you start posting the extractions that you knew, okay, this is something, this is taking off?
Well, this happened. So what happened was that I started posting them on YouTube because that's how I could kind of, that's what I can get. Yeah, that's not me. That's
my phone just talking.
How long have you done this podcast
I know, right? Okay. My bad.
So anyway, I started posting on YouTube, and then I was posting on a daily basis at early on.
Extractions on YouTube.
Extractions, just really mainly extractions, and getting a lot of views on them, a lot of views. And when I really knew it was something was, I think I started in October, and then in March, BuzzFeed picked it up and posted a video, like a reaction video. And my phone was literally like, I had the notifications on and I couldn't even get into my phone because it was flipping, so many people liking and sharing and commenting and friending me
or
on Instagram, on, everything. So like, it was crazy. It was like 20,000 people in one day.
And how long after that did the network call and say, hey, I want to do a show with you?
So really what happened is we built this YouTube channel to be pretty big. I mean, I think we're at that point already at like 2 billion views.
2 billion?
Yeah. What's really interesting about it, and it's fascinating to me. It's really, all of this is really fascinating to me because it's these videos have a pull on people where you can have 5 million followers on your subs on your YouTube channel, and other people may have 10 million subs, but I have way more views. People watch these videos over and over again. It's like they have a lullaby series that they'll turn on right before they go to sleep, and they'll watch the same videos over and over again. A lot of times you'll watch a video once and never again, right?
I mean, doesn't that seem kind of creepy?
Well, I don't care if it's creepy, really, honestly. I mean, it's not that, I don't think it's creepy.
Weird.
It's not like a fetish. It was just that for some reason I was finding that people, really, it helped decrease their anxiety. It made them happy. It made them feel satisfied. It was like this, it's just something I don't know, because I'm not that kind of person either, but I understand it now. People, it's like an ASMR thing too. Like people just feel like they listen to my voice, which is something that's really weird to me.
I get recognized.
Voice. Yeah, I get recognized by my voice more than anything else. Before the TV show, like I would be in an airport talking to somebody and someone tapped me on the shoulder and say, I know, are you Dr. I heard your voice.
Yeah.
And so they'll follow me around because of my voice.
So you're saying it calms other people to watch pus come out of other people's faces.
It's like, it's a completeness, I think, that something is not supposed to be there and it gets taken away. It feeds their sort of OCD tendencies, their feelings of anxiety for something to not be in its proper place. I swear, I mean, that's how this grew. This is so crazy.
But is this a fetish to some people? Have you heard that it's a fetish too? Because I was talking to Ernie, the engineer, off air, and we were like, this has got to be a fetish for some people because people love weird things.
I mean, come on, everything is a fetish, and anything is a fetish. So I'm sure it probably is. For some, but I've never had anyone come to me.
So no viewer has ever said, "Oh my God, I get off to you popping pimples."
No.
Okay.
I mean, they might say it jokingly, but I don't think that they'll say that to anything. You know what I mean? So I don't think that I don't think that they're saying that specifically because they feel it true. And probably the people who are doing that are probably not saying it.
Okay. Why, like I watch a show. I don't understand how people let acne get that big, where it's the size of like a tennis ball.
Yeah, well, this isn't really acne. Acne is sort of what pimple popping is, but this is so much more than that. You know, it's like cysts and lipomas, and those are separate categories. But they're skin conditions that are gross underneath the skin.
But how do you let it get so big? Because you would think a normal person would go, "Oh, that's dangerous."
Right. But they are normal. That's the thing. It's just part of life for people. You know, some people they don't have the money, or they have fear of doctors, or, you know, they work so many jobs. They're taking care of their family. They put themselves last. And sometimes something's behind you. You don't really, you easily forget about it, you know, because you got other things going on. So, you know, I don't fault them. And I think that a lot of people in other countries might say, well, this doesn't happen in our country because we have universal health care, and this, you know, I don't believe that's the case. I bet you there's just as many growths this size in other parts of the world. And just because of the issue of people being scared of doctors and hiding things, and just, especially when it's on your body and you can cover it with a t-shirt or like a heavy coat or a hoodie, it makes it easier.
Can you mess up in your job?
Absolutely.
Can you like how could a dermatologist mess up with an extraction or a thing like that? Because would the person even know?
Well, if something doesn't go away completely and it comes back, or you scar them, but I mean, there's so many things, you know, a lot of what we deal with in dermatology in general can be cosmetic. You know, a lot of these things don't threaten people's lives, but they threaten their emotional well-being. So you have to kind of treat that as well. So, I mean, if you just change something, you know, there's a lot of times I have to tell people, do you really want this gone? Because you're going to replace it with a scar, and that's just making a lateral move. You know, you're just moving to the side. You're not going to you can't make this poof disappear. So, I mean, you can definitely F up.
What's the grossest thing you've ever seen throughout your years where it stays with you? I
mean, it doesn't have to do, like diarrhea or something. That's the it's not like things that I have to do. I mean, you're talking about my work.
Well, your
work. The grossest thing I've ever seen. God, I don't know. I think there's a category of, as long as I have gloves on and a mask, I'm okay. I will tell you, when something is shot up in the air and like landed like on my forehead, and you're doing a case and you feel like literally it's acid on you. I mean, you feel like I have to get this off, you know?
So do you stop midway and go,
I'll take like a sponge and like wipe it or something, you know, because you gotta stop, and you want to go home and take a shower, you know?
Now, were you the type of, because you're married, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Were you the type of wife that would, before your TV show got big, would pop your husband's pimples and things like that?
No, I'm not a popaholic.
You're not a popaholic.
I don't jump on people. If you had a big old zit on your nose, I'd say, just like I say to my kids or young teenagers right now, you got to go take care of that.
You won't do it at home.
I will if I see it's prime and other people are going to look at it and judge them because their mom is Dr. Pimple Popper. But I am not doing that because I enjoy it or that I must. I don't tackle my kids like a lot of the people that watch our video, you know, like tackle them and pin them down and say, I want to get you.
Oh, if I have acne anywhere, my wife will they get excited. And that's why I say it's kind of a fetish. Like, women, and I talk to my guy friends, for some reason, women love popping their husband's pimples. And I don't know, so it must do something for them. That's why I was like, maybe not a fetish, but they get like, whoa, like they love it.
You know the feeling of when it hurts and it's painful, and then when you get that release, it like goes away. You know that feeling.
Oh, yeah, it's one of the best feelings.
Yeah. So you got it too, but you don't want to pop her pimples. In other words, you're saying take care of it. Like, you go take care of that. Yeah, I'm probably the same way.
Now, you obviously don't have pimples. When's the last time?
Pimples. Yes,
do you really?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, but I can do things to like that other regular people can. I can shoot them with steroids. I can, you know what I mean? I can do things.
Is that safe, shooting with steroids?
Yeah, it's not the same as anabolic steroids, for example. It's corticosteroids, right?
Yeah.
Like the different kind. But so, yeah, I mean, it's safe to an extent. You have to use a certain strength. Like, if you use it too strong, that's actually how people make fake dimples. If you wanted a fake dimple in your face, you can inject a stronger steroid, and it causes atrophy of the muscle locally in that area, and it gives you a little dimple.
But at the same time, it could mess up your mouth too, right?
Yeah, sure. There's problems with that. But if you inject it locally there, you can always get a permanent dip in your skin. Just like some people might get shots in their butt of steroid and then they might have little dips in their skin because of it.
So besides pimple popping, what else do you provide at your office?
I am a cosmetic and surgical dermatologist, meaning I do a lot of skin cancer surgery and liposuction, but I also do cosmetics like liposuction, eye lifts, laser resurfacing, fillers, and Botox and stuff like that.
So liposuction, where is that? Just in the
body.
So you do all of it.
Yeah.
What celebrity do people mostly come in and say, I want to look like this person? Or I like this part of this person.
I mean, there's always the trend of the lips, and now everybody's into the jawline.
Okay, the lips. Let's talk about the lips.
Yeah.
Whose lips do they mention when they come in?
I mean, they don't really mention. They just want big lips. We know who they're talking about. We know who they're thinking about. All the people on the internet that have all.
Are
the
you
people
saying
on social
Kylie?
Media.
It's Kylie or is it Kardashian?
I think it's Kardashians. I'm sure that they propel a lot of it, especially the shape of their body. You know what I find is so interesting? This is my theory on all of this. The ideal body in any time of our life in the generations of humans is the type of body that is very difficult to obtain because it has to be the higher echelon of people, like the people with money that can pay for that.
So like back in the day when they had kings, it was being a fat king.
Because that was the money and food,
it showed you that. And then I believe in the 50s, 60s, it was rail thin, no butt, no boobs. It was just a board.
And now it's this way because this is a way you can obtain it surgically.
And the only way you can get it is surgically.
That's the only way.
The only way. So that's interesting. You say that a female body that's popular is always a body that's hard to get.
Absolutely.
Whether it's thin, big, that's in like today is
like boobs getting done and all that kind of stuff.
The butt, the implants of the butt. Mm-hmm. So what is the biggest procedure people come in for you? Is it butts? Is it stomach? Is it more face?
I think it's a mix of all of that. Yeah. I mean, it's just people want, and I think it's driven by social media, and it's you know this whole thing about this 18 and over thing, right? Please tell me. Facebook has now made this like rule that if you're posting anything that is about diet pills and or posting things about cosmetic treatments to anyone under 18, that they're going to block it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't.
You agree with that or no?
I mean, I understand it. I agree with it, but I feel like they're just trying to find a way out because people are upset and they're just saying, okay, we're going to do this. But it's not really solving the problem because there's so many influencers out there who are showing their bodies like this and this face like this. And then these kids are going to think, how did they do this? Like, how come they're like that and I can't be like that? I don't get it.
Well, my thing is, if you're 18, you're supposed to look like that. I mean, that's the prime. If you're not cut and ripped at 18, you're never going to get that in your life. Yeah, but
then they have the lips or they have the butt and they have and then how are you supposed to...
Do you have an age limit when people come in?
Yeah, I wouldn't do something like that to somebody who was under 18. I mean,
have you had younger people?
Yeah, we do. And I mean, we have people, but I do things more like somebody will have what's called a buffalo hump. It's a terrible name.
Yeah.
But it's where you have a fat pad behind your neck. And I think I recently had someone who was under 18 that wanted that done. And I understand it, but there's just problems with it because, they are under 18. I don't love that idea because they're not mature enough, like emotionally mature enough. And so it's hard for them to go through something like that. And then is that really going to solve their problems?
Yeah.
Do they think that that's going to be the answer, but it's not necessarily always the answer.
You said another big trend, jawlines.
Yes.
What are they doing with jawlines? Tell me about this.
I'm not doing this, but people are putting in implants to really define their jawline really strongly. But we will do filler and things. I mean, people are getting this like cut jawline and it's just, sometimes it just looks crazy to me. Everybody's going to look the same, I feel like.
From what I understand, they inject things that kind of pull you.
Right. It helps to define the jawline, so that kind of helps to pull up so your neck is not so loose maybe. But also by doing that, it helps to, erase the jowling and things like that.
But if you're Asian, couldn't it make your face look fatter?
Sure.
Like have you seen them go wrong?
Well, there are people a lot of Asians have that kind of that rounder face too, but there's different things to help with that too. There's a muscle the masseter that you bite down on, your bite muscle. So if you bite and you touch your cheek in the back, you'll feel it flex. You can inject that with Botox and soften it, and sometimes it can soften your chin. Where like all the big stuff comes out of is like Korea. They have so
my mom. This is
going
interesting.
Mm-hmm.
My mom. I don't want to put her on blast, but she wants to get a facelift, but she doesn't want to get it in America.
Yeah.
She wants to get it in Korea. She's Korean. And I was like, you're going to go to another
country. They're legit.
Yeah, she says they do the best work because they have hotels attached to these clinics where they keep you for 3 weeks. They check on you.
Oh yeah, and they know her face. They're going to know her type of the shape of her face, her skeletal features.
Do you believe Asians should go to like Asian people should go to Asian people because they know the face better?
Not necessarily. It depends on if you want an Asian face or you want a white face.
And most Asians want white faces. Yeah. Huh.
So, I mean, I think that, I do think like eye lifts and things, Asian eye lift is a very technically, it's a different thing to do. Like I don't do Asian eye lifts, and I tell Asians that because I think.
Do you get a lot of Asians come in expecting you to do that?
No, not really. Okay. I think I don't promote that certainly, and I think that it's important because otherwise you're going to give them a white kind of a Caucasian looking eye, and some of them may like that, but if you don't want that, that's not what .
Okay, look at my face. What would you change in my face? If I went in and go, look, I'm down, I'm on TV, let's fix my face, what would you change?
That's that's exactly the question that I don't answer, actually, when my patients say that to me, because I hate that question, actually. And
really?
What I say is, you tell me what you might not like about your face, and I will tell you if there's things that I can do or somebody else can do to help improve it, because it's a loaded question. Because say I said, I think you could use some more like in your lips, like plump them up. And what if you thought like, well, that's my best feature. That's like and now you just told me it needs help.
I don't think I got good lips.
Yeah, exactly. See, so what I'm saying, if I did that, what would you do? You would be now you feel terrible.
Look, I want a better jawline. What would you do to me? And would you take that risk on my face?
Well, I think that a filler has low risk because it is reversible. So you could try to define it a little more. You could try to do things to like help to.
What would you do to my face to define my jawline?
I mean,
because people, you may be seeing a new jawline.
I brought the products right here. We're going to do it right now.
Right. Well, I'm going to come into your office and we're going to do a new jawline for Michael Yo.
I mean, people will do a more masculine jawline on men.
Saying, what would you do
I
do?
It really would be our decision, and it wouldn't be out for the world to see. I suppose is what I'm saying. But yeah, you could inject filler in there, and you couldn't. But would I do it for you because I think you need it? No, I'm not that kind of person that thinks people need any of these things. It's more, do you want it?
The only thing I hate about my face, and I don't want to say hate because that's a strong word, but when you have an Asian type of face, you carry a lot of weight in your face a lot. Like, I could be thin, but if I gain a pound, it'll go to your face. For some reason, it goes to my face first.
Is that an Asian thing, you think?
I think it is. Because my mom is like that. But, have you ever seen other ethnicities? They're big, but their face is still thin. I see it all the time. I've never seen Asians like that. If they're big, their face is big.
I think a lot of Asians more have a rounder face, maybe more like that rounder shape. Yes, and especially I think even Koreans more so in that specific group. But yeah, I think that a lot of us. The problem is that a lot of us lose fat and skeletal mass and all the muscle in our face. So as you get older, it is going to get smaller, actually. But it just changes too because everything moves down. So like that's not where you want it. I mean the beauty ideal is this upside down triangle, like this sort of like for a woman. This upside down, and it becomes more like the right side up triangle. As we get older. But I think you got to embrace that. I'm really come from the side of, because so much of what I do has so much to do with people's self-image. I really am very positive about it. Like if somebody comes in with like a leg that's broken, I'm like, at least your other leg works. Yeah. I try to go that route because that's important for people to come out with a positive feeling about themselves. So if you came in and said, I hate my round face, well, roundness is good. It means you have baby fat in your face. It means you have substance there because other people are lacking it. They're like freaking skin and just muscle and like they got nothing. And it's very hard to build that up and to change that because if you lay something against that, you can see it. But if you have a layer of fat there, it's easier to use that to our advantage and change the shape of your face a little bit.
Is it true black doesn't crack?
It is true. It is true that the darker complected you are, you're going to have a less chance of looking older. You don't get as many of those fine line wrinkles. So, and also like Asians don't raisin and Hispanics too do really well in general, but we all have more of an issue of everybody has this issue, but we have more of the sole issue of gravity pulling down on us.
Okay. More than white people?
I don't think more than white people. No, it's just that they have both,
So
yes, we have the issue with with pigmentation. So we have issues with brown spots and those those fun spots you see on people.
But can you explain why black doesn't crack, Asian no raisin?
I think it has a lot to do with our melanin, our pigment color in our skin. That's protective. And the darker complected you are, the more natural protection you've had from the sun, so you don't get as much of that wrinkling. Smoking plays a huge factor though too. Cigarette smoking, you'll see like twin studies. This is definitely proven, that you'll have one that smokes and one that doesn't, and one looks way older than the other.
And how does alcohol affect skin? Or does it not?
I think alcohol definitely also affects it because it affects your sleep. It affects, your general health, your hydration even. But I drink alcohol, and so I try not to think about that too much. So
do eye patches work?
I mean, they help you, but look, there's nothing it's a multi-trillion-dollar business, right? There's all these topicals that are out there. Nothing. I mean, if that worked and did everything, then there would be no such thing as facelifts or fancy lasers or, this is the thing. We're all looking for this, right? We're all looking for this answer. And it's very hard for a topical to penetrate enough to do something really, really significant. I can't say whether eye patches are going to do something super significant, but it's going to keep you. I like the idea of those ones that, that pull your breasts apart while you're sleeping, so you don't get the breases, the breast creases and things like that.
I know you got a product line as well,
yes,
but if you could give, if a person came to you as look, I ain't got time to put on all these different products.
Right.
Just give me one product, and I already know what you're going to say.
Yeah, of course you know what I'm going to say.
You're going to say moisturizer. I mean sunscreen.
No.
You're going to say sunscreen.
Yeah, what are you trying to?
I'm sorry. You're going to say sunscreen. I know that it's always sunscreen.
Right.
But besides that, something like a mask or anything like that, besides sunscreen, what is the second most important thing?
I would say a retinoid, tretinoin, which is a prescription. So if you can't get a prescription, retinol is a product that's been around for generations. And we know that it has some effect on fine lines and wrinkles, slowing down the process, not like day to day, but using it chronically.
And it's called what?
Retinol is over the counter, but it's weaker than the retinoids, which are actually a prescription. Yes,
so
Retin-A that people have with acne.
So is this a lotion you put on?
It's a cream cream or lotion, but it can be a little irritating. It's a little drying. It's a keratolytic, we say, because it helps to increase the cell turnover and really kind of get rid of those dry, dead skin cells. It can even help somewhat with little premature. Early skin cancers, premature skin cancers, things like that.
And when would you use it? Morning and night?
No, use it at night because it gets deactivated by the sun.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. I mean, you can use it in the day, but it's not going to work as well. And also it makes you more sun sensitive. So particularly people who are lighter, you can sunburn more easily. Any of us can sunburn more easily. If you put it on and you go out in the sun, you may notice you burn easier.
5 things that people can do to change their skin right now, or to take better care of their skin right now.
A lot of if you're talking about lines and wrinkles and premature aging, a lot of that has to do with genes, genetics, and really our just the life living and the things around us, and also expressions and movements. I think a lot of our time. I think one thing that we want to do is sleep on our back, honestly. I can't do that.
I can't do that either.
Because I'll snore like you wouldn't breathe,
Me too.
And you wake up and it just be terrible. But you don't want, because that's one thing that creates lines. I mean, you're just sleeping and you're smushing your face in there. That's going to create some lines of expression, lines of smiling and frowning through our life. Those are what creates lines. But genes is something that's really out of our control, genetics. But wearing, like I said, sunscreen, I'm going to have to add that in as one of them.
Okay,
in
sunscreen.
terms of 5 things, but I said sleeping on your back, right? God, you're putting pressure on me to think of 5
sleeping on your back, sunscreen, that's 2.
Yes. And then I think I mean, I'm a big proponent of some of these self-care things like Botox, like fillers, if you want them, especially Botox, actually. And I don't have any.
Okay, for me, what's the difference between filler and Botox?
Botox, they're different, but they are both soft cosmetic treatments. Botox actually stops a muscle from temporarily moving. So there's some
that's what you would get in your forehead.
Yeah, people most likely get it what's called the glabella, which is right between your eyebrows, which is the frown sign. So that it's because really specifically, if you just stop those muscles right there, you can prevent yourself from frowning. And if people have deep frown lines over time and they stay there without even frowning, that's not able to be improved with Botox because it's there already. So the idea is really to try to get them before they stay there permanently.
I heard from different dermatologists, these celebrities that look great, they don't wait till it's too late. They go, it's almost like a workout. They go in once a month and or once every 2 months.
Baby Botox. You just get a little bit here and there.
Pop, and that's why they never look bad.
Yeah.
They're not waiting till, oh my God,
and they never look really fake either.
Yeah.
Because they still have some movement. And I bet you they also change things and they have more movement while they're actually acting or doing something. They're filming something because they want to have those expressions, and then they go back to for an event they kind of go back and do it again.
So you're huge dermatologist right now. Everybody knows who you are. Do celebrities even attempt to get in with you to do treatments?
They do, but I'm far away from them really. I'm not super close. I'm not here in LA. I'm in Upland, which is like between here and Palm Springs.
Oh wow, that far.
Yeah, I drove all the way to see that.
Oh my
baby.
God, thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Oh my goodness.
No problem, just for you, my fellow Asian.
You are the sweetest thing ever.
But I think that they do, and there's so many. It's amazing how many of them, how many you discover later are popaholics, but also like how it's hard because some of them they have this image to protect and they don't want people to know that they are. It kind of annoys me a little bit.
So give me some celebrities that have come out and said they were popaholics.
Ashley Graham, Gwyneth Paltrow, like I was telling you, fellow like Joe Rogan. Hi Joe, why don't you put me on the show? Come on, Joe.
I mean, Joe Rogan. She wants to be on your podcast. You've mentioned her. You said he's mentioned you
a couple times. Yeah.
Do people hit you? Do people hit you up after Joe Rogan mentions your name? Like,
yes, that's how I figure things out too. Who else? Like, it's so interesting because it crosses all boundaries. I mean, we got like basketball players, soccer players, tennis players, and then you have like, people in politics. It's just so weird how it crosses. So, like you never know what group.
Do these celebrities ever make their way up to Upland?
They do. They made it,
really?
But mainly if they have an issue with a cyst or something like that. You know what I mean? And we kind of have to. Or sometimes I'm out here because we have an office, not an office that I see patients, but like my DPP headquarters is in Culver City, so that's where I'm going after this. But so we're running our Dr. Pimple Popper kind of stuff out of there. So what do you do? Oh, that's your office. That's our office.
The business office.
The business, yeah. So I have my practice. So we were talking about this earlier, how it's different for me because I have this sort of thing now, but it's totally separate than what my real job is, which is a full-time job too as a dermatologist. So I have this job to sort of fall back on, which is a great job in itself, but then I get this opportunity to like see what this world is that you're in, this crazy world.
You need to start your own podcast.
Yes, I know I do. I've been talking about this for a while, and I have so many good ideas. So yeah, I'm gonna.
And I'm telling you, I got the best engineer in the game. Right, he can put together the whole studio.
Yeah, and you'll be one of my first guests.
I would love that. Okay. I'm saying you need to do it because you can reach your audience in a different way. TV is great.
Yeah.
But like I've never seen such a loyal audience as a podcast audience because you're part of their day as many times as you want to be. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. They really attach themselves to. So that DPP office, do people come there?
No, that's more like how we run the little nuts and bolts because I have a skincare line, as you're saying.
Yes.
SLMD skincare. And that's in Target stores now, actually.
Really?
Yes. It's very cool. And that's what they mainly run.
Now, what type of products do you have?
It is actually not specifically anti-aging kind of products, which you would think a lot of dermatologists have that, a lot of plastic surgeons, that kind of thing. It is really because I realize I have this platform. I have all these people that are asking me questions about their own medical skin concerns and they don't know what to use. So it's really a medical skincare line. It's a dermatology line. It's for people who can't see dermatologists, and most people can't. And they don't know what the heck to use. You walk down that aisle in CVS and you're like, I don't know. There's like 100 different things here. What do I do for my skin tags? Do I get this thing that's in the as seen on TV section, or do I, what do I do with like my anything that they have? I mean, we deal with the skin, the hair, and the nails. And so I can give them things as close to as what you'd get at the dermatologist's office.
And your product is in Target?
It's at Target. Some of it is at Target, not all of it.
Okay.
But it's mainly available at slmdskincare.com. And we started with an acne line, obviously, makes sense with pimple popping. And it's doing so well, and I'm so proud of it. I actually didn't realize how much it would improve people out there that I never will be able to meet, because it's like as a dermatologist, I give them prescriptions, things that are different, they're stronger, or there's a wider range of things, but I can't give that to the regular person. So I give them the best that I can without it being a prescription. And to see people, so, when we see someone with moderate or severe acne, we're definitely going with the bigger guns, at the office, but I'm seeing them improve with the things that I have that are over the counter. And it's what the best part about it is it gives people power. Like, that's what's so nice about it. You're giving them control, and they're so proud of themselves because they did it themselves. They're like, I figured this out. I know why these products work, and now I'm willing to use them, and now I'm getting better, and I'm so proud of myself for doing that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. What do you think, and this is off of dermatology, it has nothing to do with it, but what do you think about the movement of Asians in Hollywood now? It seems like it's starting to kick up.
I mean, it's very cool. I mean, come on. I know they're talking about dermatology on Crazy Rich Asians, and my family is from Singapore and Malaysia. Those are my people. So come on, the next one, yes.
So John Chu now.
Exactly. I know. I'm just plugging myself like crazy.
Yeah, I love it.
But I mean, I think that I'm very proud to be Asian. I mean, I don't know if you grew up. Did you grow up with really you didn't really grow up? I didn't, because my mom.
I grew up in Houston, and it was interesting where my mom Americanized me because she went through. People teased her.
You did the opposite. You tried to.
She didn't want me to have to go through what she went through, I believe. So it was more of, I'm going to Americanize you. Like, she wouldn't speak Korean in the house. I mean, she wouldn't even serve Korean food.
Really?
Like, she would eat it, but she wouldn't give it to me.
Right.
The only thing I had every day was rice. That was the only.
Do you love Korean food now?
I do. I love kimchi. I love bulgogi. Yeah. I love it all.
Uh-huh.
I don't believe in Korean barbecue because basically that's just you cooking your own food.
Yes.
I was like, I had Korean barbecue every night then at my house when I was growing up. I didn't know it was a thing. But I'm proud of the heritage, and I really want to learn more about the Korean heritage. But my mom still has this weird thing about,
Yeah, I mean, she's being protective, and she knows she's in another country probably, and she wants to embrace it. This is her country too.
Yeah,
this is
absolutely,
her.
Absolutely.
But I think I was similar in the sense that I never really identified myself. I didn't hang out with just Asians or identify myself as like I am an Asian first, I'm just a person like everybody else. In fact, I went and did my training in dermatology in the Midwest in Illinois, Springfield, Illinois.
Oh my goodness.
And I remember one of the first weeks I was there, we were out at like an outdoor park watching an outdoor band or something. And I looked around and I was like, oh my God, there's just everybody's white.
Yeah.
It's just a ton
That's where they grow white people.
Yeah, this is like crazy. And I was like, wait a minute, I don't look like them. This is very weird. But it's funny. The funny thing is that I came home for the holiday and my boyfriend then took me to Lowry's for dinner. And, one in Beverly Hills, or this is the prime rib. And we went out to get the car, and I was waiting in line, and I was like, everybody here is freaking Asian. Like, everybody here. And then I was like, wait a minute, I'm Asian. Like, I had to remind myself, like, wait a minute, I'm one of them, actually.
I fit in now.
But it was weird that I don't really feel like I fit in. You don't feel like,
yep.
I'm just me. I'm more proud to be a woman to doing this sort of thing. I'm very proud to be Asian, but there's a lot of us Asians here, and I understand that we're not represented enough, and I'm very proud to be out there to show, but I don't think anyone ever talks to me and ever says to me, do they say to you well, you're doing this and you're Asian, so good for you.
No.
See, so but I think they do to some other people though.
Well, absolutely.
So why do we not get it?
I don't know why. I don't know.
I don't get that.
I know I have tons of friends that were in Crazy Rich Asians, and it was, since that movie was all Asians, they got it a lot. Like, hey, I'm so proud of you. So
maybe that's why, because you are in a show like that, that's obviously
that for them. Okay. For them. For us, I think it's more like, we do things that kind of like everybody does, but we excel at certain levels. But I like to be accepted by everyone, but I'm also proud to be half black and Asian myself.
I
know
guess
what I mean?
The whole angle, maybe say I was going up for a talk show or something and on one of the panels, and maybe if I wasn't chosen, maybe I would think, is it because I'm Asian and I'm not? So maybe in that sense, that would be how it would be different.
But nobody's ever said, Dr. Sandra Lee, Asian dermatologist.
They don't. No, they don't. Yeah.
No,
they don't say that to you either. Yeah.
No, they would never say that.
Yeah.
Now they do call me Blasian because that's the name of my comedy
special. You call yourself that.
I do call myself Blasian. What's up, Blasians? What type of mom are you? Are you strict?
Oh, no, I'm not strict.
You're not the tiger mom?
No, I'm not. But I was for Halloween once. I did dress up as tiger mom. But no, I'm not a tiger mom. I think that I don't know why I'm not. But my parents weren't really like that either. They were sort of like a hybrid, I like to say. They were cool parents. Like we played the piano, but we didn't play the violin and I played the classical guitar. Like we played like different things, you know, like, so my dad, they weren't like super strict. They weren't on me about my grades. If I didn't get they wanted me to do well, but my dad would say like, if you want to be a garbage person, you just be the best garbage person you can be. Like he was trying to help me find my dreams, but not saying you must be this, you must be a doctor, you must be a lawyer, you must be in this category.
Was your mom a stereotypical Asian mom? Like my mom was always very truthful, even if it was mean and didn't really like when I had friends, she would just say whatever to them. Like my mom
does that now, I think more so.
Yeah?
I don't know. She probably did, but she didn't really. I remember once she chased me with like a violin, like bow. Maybe that's more of an Asian match. She got real mad at me. I remember. I don't even remember what it was. But I don't think that she didn't really. No, she didn't really. They were really supportive. They were. I have great parents that are. I see a part of me in them. You know, you probably see a part. You see like
now,
certain parts of your personality in them, and I'm really proud that I have them. And I hope I'm doing a good job with my kids because I have two boys that are 13 and 14. They don't talk to me at all. Like they don't. I try.
You're not cool to them?
Well, no, I'm not cool. They're friends. I went to go to my kid's school the other day just to drop off a lunch because he left his lunch in my car, and he's like, "Oh, hi, what are you?" He's like pushing me, and all his friends were like, "Hi, Sandra." They were excited. Yes, they're all excited to see me, but not him. And that's
he embarrassed of you.
Yeah, they're in that phase. Yeah, I'm hoping they come back. Yeah. I mean, he rolls his eyes like, you're not a YouTuber. You're not. Yeah, you don't know what you're,
But you are a YouTuber.
I know you. Yeah, they're like, I know you, and you're that. Yeah, you're not that person.
They're kind of jealous, I think. I think they're jealous.
Hating a little. Yeah, I think they're hating a little. Yeah.
Have they tried to do their own YouTube stuff?
I don't think so. No, they don't tell me. No, I don't think so. And I actually am very protective of them. I don't put. Well, that's okay. We can talk about them, but I don't put them on my social media. And I some people have advised me not to do that. I don't know if you do a little bit. They're young. He's young.
I think once he hits a certain age, I'll stop.
Yeah, it sort of feels like,
and we don't do it as much.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that it's bad.
Are you attacking me?
No, I'm just saying I never did it from the very beginning, and maybe I should have back then. And people tell me I should have, and sometimes I think about it because if you want to show that side of you, like that you're also a mother, that's important for people to relate to you because I am, and that's a big part of my life that I don't show. But it's so like you feel so protective of them. I don't want them to be in therapy later in their life and say it's because of what I did. I posted, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm somewhat I'm proud of. I'm glad that I did that. I'm just going to keep towing the line,
I got you.
You know what I mean? So whatever, it is what it is. But yeah, they don't give me any respect. They don't watch the show. They don't do anything. But that's fine. I don't talk about it either at home. I mean, I don't feel that should be important. I think that's really important for me to show that. I think that's part of it. I'm me. Like, I am nothing special. I am just a dermatologist that happened to find this thing and show how awesome my specialty is and how cool it is to have this job. And other people are coming along for the ride. And yeah, people come from different countries to see me, which is freaking mind blowing to me.
So people fly in from other countries. Yes,
for their pimple. Yes, they come from Africa. They come from Australia. They come from Italy.
Now, is this just for the TV show, or do you have like people that have actually away from the TV show coming from other? Well,
countries? They came in before it because of YouTube was being international, right? Right. So you asked that before. Like the production company and things didn't start calling until what was it, like 2 years ago or so. And I was really kind of hesitant about it because I was like, this is me losing control of what I have, right? You're giving it to somebody else now. And I want to do that because then they can choose whatever they want. And reality shows are going to end up in divorce and who knows? They're going to make me look crazy and whatnot. But I've been really proud of it. It's been more than my wildest dreams, it's been a wonderful show. And I'm so proud that I get to show how awesome dermatology is and help these people.
Have they aired something that you didn't like and you had to address it ever? You're like, nah, don't.
No, they haven't. Luckily, things haven't happened, knock on wood, that have been scary, but it is stressful. It's a whole different level. It's not like me just coming in and like swiping everything off the table and screaming at people and I look nuts. It's like me with like a freaking growth the size of somebody's head. I'm trying to remove and calm them. Meanwhile, 3 cameras are on you and they're a person I've never met and I'm freaking out. You know, like it's a whole different, like, what did I do to myself?
When you were doing one of those treatments, has anything ever popped into your mouth?
No, but something's gotten close to my eye before. I mean, have you ever? I mean, I think it's grosser, just as gross if you're holding your kid. You know how you see that and like the kid busts in your mouth. Oh my god, that would be it would be that same kind of thing.
How's the smell?
But a stranger.
Is the smell like a barf type of smell when you get
it smells like maybe like bad like spoiled cheese, or like one of my assistants said it perfectly. She used to work at like a Costco kind of thing, and she said they would get returns of like Progresso cream of chicken soup, and they'd be spoiled, and what that smell is. That's what it smells like. That's what it smells like. But it's not all. It's just skin that has been sitting under your body, maybe a little moist with sweat, sitting there for like 10 years. What would that smell like?
So acne is skin or a cyst? Are we talking a cyst?
We're talking about a cyst, yeah.
So that's dead.
It's like dead skin. It's like a balloon of your skin gets trapped under, and now it's shedding into this balloon and not off your skin, right? So it's shedding into this little moist, little dark deck. I know you love that word, moist.
Oh,
I say that so much time in my life. Moist is so disgusting. Yeah, I know. I say it all the time. Every time I do, I stop and say, I'm about to say that word.
You
moist.
Like the word, don't you?
I can't. No, I have to say it.
What? Moist?
What else? What other word can you say instead of moist?
Wet?
No, wet's not good enough. Wet's not the same description. Wet is wet, like water, like wet. Moist is like damp, like moist is moist. There's no other word, so I have to say it. Yes.
So it's moist.
So yeah, I mean a cake can be moist, and like
or dead skin can be moist.
Skin trapped under the body can be moist. So it's sort of like it gets trapped under there, and so it just like sometimes it's almost like it becomes like paper, like how you'd make paper.
But if it's moist,
yeah, it gets hard and gets
but why
flat.
is it hard if it's moist?
It's just hard on the surface, but on the inside it's moist.
It's moist.
Yeah, you're saying moist a lot. Yeah,
well, because I'm saying because you're saying moist.
Well, what else? Think of a different word. It's wet. You can't say wet. Damp. No, it's just
more. You like moist.
Succulent. It's like I don't know. What else are you gonna say? That's worse.
Your dead skin is succulent.
Yes,
it's such a succulent.
Somebody else has got to give me a better word. But yeah, it's a tough word.
Okay, so you got the product line. Anything else you wanna pimp out there before you leave?
I mean, it's just I'm just. We have a show, TLC show, which is fabulous. I'm so proud of it. I think it's gonna. I don't know for sure. I probably can't even really say when it's coming out again. But there's more to come.
More to come.
I hope so. Yes.
It looks like there's more to come.
Yeah, and we'll see. And just getting through my life. I mean, I'm just really proud to be part of this. Proud to be an Asian American woman surgeon that can show what that you could bring good into the world. Isn't that cool? Like you bring happiness to people, and you feel so special being able to do that.
Like every time I mention your name, people get, "Oh my god, I love her."
I don't know why. Isn't that weird?
Yes.
Like I don't feel
it's
like
not
other
weird.
people
I understand.
do that.
You make me happy.
But why?
Why?
Like you don't even like this stuff. You don't like moist.
But I like
you don't like this stuff. And
I hate moist. Moist should never be used again. Yeah. But I like you, and I love the positive. I think you're so positive, and the show shows you like that.
Yeah.
It's not trying to make you look crazy. It's just you're a positive person, and you really want to help people out.
Yeah, you just want to do good in the world. That's what you want to do, too. And I think that's important for people to... Everybody wants to feel good and feel happy and have everybody kind of get along ultimately. Mm-hmm. And I think that's important, to just spread love and not hate, and spread kindness and not pain, and that kind of thing.
I mean, everybody,
you make people laugh, and that's so important.
Everybody knows your Instagram handle, but one more time, tell everybody.
Oh, Dr. Pimple Popper, Dr. Sandra Lee, aka Dr. Pimple Popper, all those things. There's a lot of fakes out there. Do you have a lot of fakes out there?
No, I'm not famous like you.
No, it's just that people try to do their own pimples out there and take over, but it's annoying.
There's a lot of fake accounts of you?
Yes, there are a lot. There are a lot of popping pimples, Pimple Popper Doctor, whatever.
They're reversing the name and everything.
They change it all. They use the same logo and stuff like that, but they do that, on YouTube. I could tell you stories about things, about what we've had to go through to get here, because it's a fight. It's a fight because you have this thing that people are like, oh my God, this is disgusting. This should not be on here. There are people, like, this is bad. This is wrong. This is,
So people try to get you banned?
Terrorism or something. Yes, I've tried to get banned so many times in the beginning. Partly, I think those people are trying to take my videos and repost it on theirs.
Yes.
That's part of it. But also some people are just like, they can't. There are some people that can't stand it. Like, you can't, it gives them anxiety. It gives me anxiety when somebody else gives me a video of something else, like a horse with the abscess. I can't even handle it. It's like I don't even want to look at it. So I understand that, but I just don't look. But some people might, I don't know, maybe get angry about it. So it's scary. I mean, do you get scared of like people like showing up at your place or anything like that? Or
No. I'm very cautious. I'm more cautious about meeting fans after the shows, but it's not about like I think they're going to do anything.
Yeah.
It's just I don't want pictures I take with them misinterpreted. So I always put my hands on top of shoulders.
That's interesting. As a guy.
So I'll put my hands on their shoulders.
And you make sure there's no mirror behind you, right?
Yeah. Or I'll just put my hands in front of me.
Interesting.
So I try not to touch people anymore. Or I do like Joe Coy. He always takes selfies, but he's in front of them.
Oh, I see.
And they're in the background. So then he never can be blamed for like, I
never thought that was a sort of
you have to just be
but that's good. You make it so that you don't even see that. You know what I mean? That's important. For me, it's actually hard because I don't love that part of this. Like, it's really weird for me. I mean, I like it. I appreciate it.
You appreciate it, but it's weird to you that people come up.
It's uncomfortable. Yeah. And isn't it weird, too, when you walk into a room and I feel like people know a lot more about you, but you don't know them at all?
Oh, yeah.
And then they talk to you, and then you're like, I don't know who you are.
And the weirdest thing is, and like we say, we appreciate everyone, but it's weird when somebody comes up and talks to you like they know you, and you, for a second, you're like, do I know?
Yes,
like,
I get scared.
Because they'll be like, oh, how you doing? I haven't seen you. Like, and you're like, hi. And in your head, you're like, do I know them? What's going on? So we're nice. So we got to pretend like, because you might know them and you're like, oh my God, I forgot who you are. Yeah. And then you realize, I don't know you at all. Right. But they come up to you like you're friends.
It's just, for me, it's not that I so appreciate it. I'm so like honored to have that, but it's so weird because I didn't look for this. I didn't know how to deal with it. It's like been the hardest thing for me to deal with, actually, is like dealing with that kind of thing. Cause it just makes me feel like, I'm sure when you go out there in your Speedo, you're afraid of getting photos taken of you, unless you prance around. You must prance around a little bit.
In my Speedo all the time.
Things like that. You just feel like people watching you. Yeah, keep it moist. Good idea.
All right, Dr. Sandra Lee, thank you for stopping by.
Oh, it's been such a pleasure.
I really
Next
appreciate it.
Next time you're coming on mine.
No, 100%. And you better do that podcast.
Yeah. I know I should. I need to.
All right. Thanks for watching the Michael Yo Show. Remember, subscribe, rate, and listen. We'll see you next time. Later.